Hello. Hello. Welcome, friends. It's so nice to see you all here again, back in the... Oh wait, actually, hold on, I have to fix my sound volume. You know, I thought I had everything set up, but it never quite works out that way. There's always got to be something that's not working. There we go. Perfect. Welcome, friends. Hello, Wither. Hello, Monsterlicious. Welcome in Cat, Sand, Flare, Minky, Freitana. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. This is our monthly podcast, Campfire with the Creator, featuring PandahPat. Actually, not really. She created this podcast, so I'm technically the one that's featured, I guess. But we started this podcast together to help you guys understand more about VTubing and basically what it's like to be a creator, what goes on behind the scenes. So Panda's talking to her chat right now. Make sure you guys go send a love over to her. If one of my mods, Monsta, if you could get a shout out for PandahPat, you guys can go send the love over to her. We're going to be answering all your VTubing and content creation questions on stream today. So if you have questions, put a question mark before and after what you have to ask. And then if we don't have many questions, we'll just have other topics to be talking about. But definitely make sure you ask questions if you got them, because this is a perfect time. And you got two creators here that love talking about stuff like that, so we got you right. The water sound effect is a bit overpowering. Wait, where? The water. Are you talking about the crickets? Wait, the crickets? Is that better? Is that better? Hi, Christella Rose. Welcome in. How's it going? Hello, your mom. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna wait for Panda, but also, is it better? Is the sound better? Is it better? Waterfall? It's slightly. Yes. Slightly. Popcat, popcat. Is that crickets, homie? They are swarming. LOL, Irish, welcome in. Like running water to me? I don't hear. It must be the background. I don't see where it is. Running water. It's gotta be our background too. It's gotta be the BG. Campfire. Is that better, Frey? That fix it? Late night stream with the s'mores. What's the occasion? This is Hi Butter Apple. We do a podcast, PandahPat and I, once a month called Campfire with the Creator, where we talk about what it's like to be a creator, be a VTuber, the things we're dealing with currently, and answering questions in chat. I'm craving s'mores. S'mores are so good, Minky. One of the best and most underrated desserts, easily. Easily. Hi, Ghoulie. Welcome back. Panda she's not 100% here yet. She's here, but she's not here. But Ghoulie, so good to see you tuning in. I remember we mentioned it earlier, and it's really good to see you here. Am I allowed to sleep now? Yeah, if you want to close your eyes and just like zone out, fall asleep while you hear some campfire noises and some VTubers talking, be my guest. Hi, Jordan. Welcome in. I am doing okay. How are you doing? Hi, Shortcake. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. Dude, I can't believe I already went through this full water bottle. I had some like teriyaki for dinner and it was kind of spicy, and I went through like a whole water bottle. Woo! Thank you, Frey. I really needed that, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Hi, Yo-Ria. I like that name. Yo-Ria. Yo-Ria. Yo, it's Yo-Ria in the hood. Enjoying some s'mores, and hi, Panda, and hi, Sa. Hello, Carlo. I'm waiting until Panda comes back. I'm going to let her cue it. She's deafened and muted right now. She's talking to her stream, so we'll wait till she's back to start. Sounds cool. Just going to lurk for now. Sounds good, Butter Apple. Appreciate the lurk. Thanks for the support. Bum bum bum. Takoyaki. Wait, is that what I... No. Yummy. You all know how we feel about takoyaki here. Hi, Ayazin. Welcome in. How's it going? You're still breathing white fire. What does that mean, Monster? I'm not even sure what you're saying. What does that mean? Hi, Star. Oh. Hello? We saw you flicker. We saw you flicker.
Yay! You saw me moving. You saw me twitching.
Yes.
Yay! Oh, hi, Star. How you doing? Hello. So, We are back to. I kind of miss the Christmas tree. I'm not gonna lie, Sapphire. I just love Christmas, Sapphire.
Me
I just love the Christmas,
too.
the
It's the
theme.
cozy vibes.
Oh, he's okay. We still got our macaroons, our s'mores, our Coke
We do.
Zero. We got everything we need in life. Yes, yes. Yes,
Everybody's been
Sean,
wanting
go
the s'mores.
go follow Sapphire. Like, if you're not following Sapphire, what are you doing with your life? Go follow her.
Oh, thank
Follow
you,
her now.
Panda. No, you.
Do it, do
No,
it.
go
No,
follow Panda
you.
before you
No,
follow
you.
me.
No,
Go
you. No,
follow
you.
Panda.
No, you. Wow, how dare. How dare. In front
Thank
of
you,
my
Sean.
s'mores. I can't believe. Actually, that joke is probably not meant for family, so we're just gonna leave it there. Anywho's, reverse. Gotta get out of my, gotta get out of my mindset. So Sapphire, it's been a while. I know recently you hit some major goals. Can you remind me what those are?
Wait, did I?
You did. I was
No.
part of them, but now I just want to hype you, girl. I just want you to humble brag about yourself.
I
Okay.
thank you. Well, actually, first let's
Thank you,
introduce.
Sean. Now they can hear you now. Sorry, I had you muted. Now you're not just like a moving PNG. There we go.
Oh, it's okay. Hi, Sean.
You can hear her, right?
Also, thank you for the dono. I appreciate it, Frey. Also, okay, so first, actually, before we get into that, too, let's reintroduce like the podcast and ourselves, and then I can talk a little bit about that. And you could go first, Panda.
Okay, perfect. So I'm PandahPat. I'm an interdimensional being who uses my real personality to stream. Syafire and I created a Campfire with a creator so we could just talk about being a creator and kind of the struggles and answer questions from you guys, and give the sage wisdom, of course. That's when our beards come out and we tell you about our time as being a streamer and such. But yeah, and we also just like to hang out a lot. That's true. That's also true.
Yes,
But yeah,
it's our excuse to hang out.
it's our excuse to hang out, basically. But we hang out. We talk to each other off stream, of course. But yeah, this is just a chill setting. Like honestly, we're big talkers. Tonight we're gonna keep it kind of shorter. I think for an hour.
Yes.
Perfect. And Sapphire, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. And also, if you guys have any questions throughout the stream, please make sure you put question marks before and after what you have to say so Pan and I can spot them easily in chat. But hello, for those who don't know me, my name is Syafire. I am a VTuber over on YouTube and here on Twitch. As you can see, we are both VTubers. But what I like to do is help you become a better creator. So whether that's giving you an art tutorial, a VTubing tutorial, or just giving my general advice and thoughts and opinions about how to grow as a content creator and grow online with your art. That's really the biggest focus that I focus on, and a lot of philosophy like surrounding that and sort of the mental barriers and struggles we can face through tackling all that. And then I focus on technical skill as well. But yeah, that's me. And hello, it's nice to meet you all if you haven't heard from me before.
And if you're not following her, what are you doing with your life? Do it. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you should do it. No pressure, no peer pressure here, but no, just kidding. And we like to call, like when we collab, we like to call ourselves the Gembaroos. Gembaroos, because the Bambaroos and the gems. Let's go.
That's
I think Sapphire and I have been having. I mean, we've been streaming a bit, and I think we have like some big thoughts as we're going into this next year. Some big thoughts when usually we're smooth brain. We're smooth brain. We now have some ridges going on. So
yeah,
I think one of the things just to kind of get out of the way is we first wanted to talk about like the biggest question like any content creator or streamer goes through is like, is streaming for them?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a biggie, guys. Like, and it's a loaded question. So to kind of, I'll start off like going into it a little bit, just like what I've noticed in my time like streaming. So, as a streamer, I mean, everything is self-start. You are doing all the work. You are getting the art. You are, creating your community. You're putting everything into this. And sometimes you can get lost in several things. First, numbers. Second, personas. Three, just like what you're creating itself. And I think what a good, I don't know, a good measure if you're enjoying it is if you're actually feeling joy. I know, plot twist, guys, but some people don't know when they're forcing things. Like they don't know because they want it so bad, this ideal in their head, that they like force themselves to like push through everything. But if you're utterly miserable at the end of the day, it's a good sign that this might not be for you. Otherwise, I think you'll just start noticing if you've changed a little much over time. If it's not a positive change, that might be something to reflect on if you need to change what you're doing or streaming is not for you. And I just want to kind of like give the thought. I know we're like, how to be a streamer, and then we're like, don't be a streamer. I think I want to give the advice though that it's okay to realize you don't want to stream.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to realize content creation is not for you. You can contribute to this community in so many ways. I feel like you shouldn't limit yourself to just being on the camera, so to speak. But those are kind of my thoughts over time. Is to be way more self-aware because you can get caught up very easily in all those three things I've said.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Syafire?
Yeah. So, and actually, let me bounce a question back to you first. So
Hmm.
what do you think, like, how can somebody become self-aware, like, of, I know this might sound kind of weird, but, like, how does somebody know, like, they say they just started streaming or they've been streaming for a while and they're making content. What do you think are some of the signs that it's going to work for them? And what do you think some of the signs are that it's not going to work for them?
I think where I kind of mentioned then is that you don't feel joy, but like
Yeah.
signs that it is working for you is that you're growing. And this is not a numbers thing. Like, just like if we put numbers aside, guys, you'll notice if you are, I feel like, succeeding. If you feel like you're growing, like learning new skills, making new friends, like adding, basically, if it's adding value to your life, that's a good measure of success, I think, in some
Yeah.
ways. So if you see that, you can be self-aware in it. Secondly, I think another like you are succeeding is that you come to your stream not with the mentality of like, oh, this is so much work, rather than I am hyped, like I'm ready to go. And to be fair, there's a lot of work in this. So I'm not saying that you have to always be like, it's so easy, but like you come to stream and you actually again find that enjoyment. On the flip side, you said like reasons. But what was the second question? Signs
Yeah, no, it's
that
okay.
you
Yeah,
know it's
so
not
signs
working?
that you're not, and then signs that you feel like, well, you did cover pretty much,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
covered both
yeah.
of them.
Like the signs in that, but it's hard to kind of look into it because you could be blocking your own like growth and or discovery because you
Yeah.
just want something to work so bad that you're blindsided to everything. You got to be
Yeah.
self-critical as a streamer. It's just part of the game. And that's okay though. Like it's not being negative on yourself for like I'm not good. It's more so accepting like what you actually can offer and what you
Mm-hmm.
can improve on and what you like cuz ultimately it's all about you. Like this is your journey. Like make it about you. Be a little selfish like in the positive way, selfish in the positive way. Thoughts. I think what happens is I like think 15 steps ahead, guys, and I'm like, is this clear? Maybe to some people. Who knows? But what are your thoughts on it, Sapphire?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely. And you said too, like something else you brought up was like, well, if you're growing, but I want to like pause that. I mean, you know this, but I'm going to bring this up too. Even if you're growing too, that doesn't always mean that like it's a good thing for you. Like, cuz I thought I want to back it up here a little bit. Something you said that really stuck out to me was if you're getting value out of it. And I think it's really important for us to realize that we have phases of life, and one thing might serve you in one chapter of your life, and in the next chapter of your life, it may not serve you the way it used to, or it may not provide value in the way that it used to. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really hard. And I always phrase this too as it's hard to know then, like, how do I know if I'm giving up, or if I actually know, like, that this is something that's not working. Like this is just something that's not working for me right now, or I need to change the way I'm approaching it or the way I'm tackling it. So I think I think knowing like whether streaming is for you or not is again going back to what you said about joy. Like, do you feel joyful? Do you still feel joyful with it? And some feelings I've been confronting lately. I do enjoy streaming, but like I sometimes I feel like a little bit more resentful, right? And if you feel a lot of pressures or it's creating more negativity in your life, then it's creating positive. Then that's like something that you really want to look into, and something that um, you want to examine. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Introspectiveness is like great, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and this will be a different parameter for each person. So that's why it's really hard for us to be like, well, you'll absolutely know, because there's no absolutes, right? In a game of free form creativity, there's no actual absolutes. And we're just kind of giving the advice from our own heads and kind of our experience. So always take that as like we're just giving advice from our own personal experiences, you know? And I actually don't think there's just like a perfect how to even be a content creator.
Yeah.
Good advice for sure. But as I said, that if you're creating content, sometimes there is no road, no road at all. You gotta like dig up your own road. And I think
Carve your own path.
carve your own path. And it's
Yeah.
hard. This stuff is very vulnerable, and it kind of like it will come back to us, um, just because we, as public figures, we want to look like we have it all figured out, and like
Yeah.
we don't. And we're also people, so it's always good to think. And you're also all people too, guys. You know. So yeah. So it's a journey. It's a journey. But what I'm saying, it's okay to realize that it's not for you. Basically, at the end of the day, like it's okay that's not, because that doesn't reflect on you. And honestly, it probably will lead you to what will make you more happier
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, my mom sent me this quote the other day. My face track is going to stop for a few seconds that I really, really resonated with. It said, "You must go on adventures to find where you truly belong," by Sue Fitzmaurice. And
Maurice?
yeah, it's kind of the concept of like it's okay to get lost like for a while to find like your path, and like not all those who wander are lost. So like if you try something for a while too, and like you'd rather try it and see if it's like for you than if it's, because it brings you one step closer to what your ideal like goals actually are and who you really want to be. So I'd rather have you take the risk and try something and then not try it at all, because that's going to lead you closer to finding more answers. And even if that means like, oh, you start content creation for a while and then like you stop because you're not sure if it's for you, and then you go back to it, and that's okay. And people put a lot of pressure on themselves to think like in black and white, like it's either all or nothing, like we're doing it or we're not doing it. And like I do that to myself a lot, and I think it's really damaging to do that to ourselves, to have that mindset. And we do live in a culture that builds that. We live in a culture where people say like you have to be successful, and you have to look, your life has to look this way, and your life has to look that way. And I think it's really caused everybody to be confused with who they want to be and where they want to go, because there's these societal pressures that you have to be rich, or you have to be popular, or you have to be likable, and we're all constantly chasing this illusion of this happy life, and what we're told is a happy life, only to get there and realize that might not have been what you valued after all.
Exactly. I just feel like stagnancy is like the worst, and you should always be re-looking at your life in general. But that quote was beautiful. Though I did I did think it said, when you said the last name, sorry guys, I use humor, me. But like I thought you said like my fists of rice, and I was like, wait, my fists of rice. This bomb quote from My Fists of Rice. Yes.
If anybody has that as their last name, yes, I'm listening to them 100%. They're a guru.
Yep, the guru. My Fists of Rice, man. Like they take you out into the rice paddy, and like they're like, let me tell you about how the Fists of Rice will grow you on this journey. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good.
It is. Also, we do have questions whenever you're ready.
Okay. No, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So, okay, let me see. I don't know. Let me read this. I don't know if this is going to be appropriate. We might have to skip it. I haven't read it yet. I'm just not sure. So let me see. Not a question related to this topic, but I was streaming the other day, and someone in chat was being a little much. They weren't saying about anything bad, but they were a little over enthusiastic, if that makes sense. What would you all do in this situation? That question's from Coffee Gas. So that's a related like topic. So okay, we talked about this for sure in previous podcasts, but so boundaries, Panda, what do you do to set boundaries if somebody is doing something you don't like in chat? How do you approach? What is your first step?
Well, first of all, I have to give the context that I'm at the point where I ban very like direct. It's not even a one warning. If they break it, it's banned. Like it's done. That scenario is a little bit more difficult because context is everything. So that's a little more generalized. But I would say that with boundaries, if it made you uncomfortable, then it's up to you to set those boundaries. Maybe change your rules. Maybe do a timeout on them. Maybe say like, give them that warning that like, hey, you're kind of like distracting the chat, or like kind of moving this. I call people out. I really do. Some people don't like to do that because they don't want to seem as like the mean guy, or like, like, oh no. And also this is a good thing to get mods in the future. But if you don't have mods, you got to send your own boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. If it made you uncomfortable, it is up to you to let that person know. They cannot read minds either. So you have to be direct in some way, either if that's like a timeout by a mod, you stating it on stream so everyone gets the message. But it does fall on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I agree. With banning too, like especially, I ban pretty quickly now. I think a lot of streamers starting out, they are not so quick to ban because they don't have like necessarily a lot of people in chat. And like even I feel that way. I'm like I don't want to ban people like because it's just gonna like decrease viewership. But that's a terrible way to look at it. But trust me, we've all thought about that before. We're like, dude, the more people we get rid of, like the less people that are watching. It's terrible. But like, no, because you don't want that type of attention in your community anyways. If you let that stack and that's something you don't like, then like definitely set your boundaries. So ban them, time them out, tell them to stop. That's actually something I've been working on this year. I am still very much, I struggle with people pleasing. And I used to do it a lot with streaming, especially because when you're a public figure or when you have a lot of people watching you, you feel like you have to be nice. Or you feel like you have to appease to the people who are watching you because you don't want to like be awkward or like negative in front of a lot of people. I stopped with that. Like literally, if somebody comes into chat and says something that pisses me off, I'm like, you need to leave. Like, you're done here. And I used to not be like that because I didn't want to create that awkward energy in my stream. But you need to stand, like, if somebody is doing something, you need to tell them to stop. And I think ultimately a lot more people will respect you at the end of the day if you just stand up for yourself like that. I don't think people hold it against you. Whenever I see a streamer, like, tell somebody to knock it off, like, I'm like, dude, respect. I wish I had the courage to do that, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hi, Offbeat Panda. So I think that when we look at this, I mean, there's nothing more to add. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, I think we need to acknowledge that being a streamer, there's insecurities that you don't deal with in the world on a daily basis, you know? Like, we have to factor different things in, but that doesn't mean you still can't have boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it still has to be what it is.
Absolutely. And I adds on to the conversation that we were talking about a little bit earlier that I want to read out loud because I agree with them and I like what they said. They said, we live in a culture that looks more on failures than on people's successes, and this can easily scare you away from even trying. However, only through failure you'll reach success in the first place. That's absolutely right. It's a really good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I took a big gulp of water, but I was like,
gulp,
yes,
gulp.
Good. Gulp, gulp.
Nom, nom. Gotta wash down those s'mores.
Yeah. Oh, s'more. Oh, I need more s'mores. All the s'mores. We talked about this. You're a Burt Marshmallow fan, right?
Burt Marshmallow, that's
You're my
right.
people. Let's go, Burt Marshmallow
Club. Dude, we gotta make a t-shirt that says like a Burt Marshmallow. Burt Marshmallow Club, dude. Only Burt Marshmallow people understand.
Only Burt Marshmallow. Yeah. They'll like. There's those people who are like, I'd make it into an art form. It'll get the crispy, beautiful brown. And I'm just like, into the fire, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. S'mores now. S'mores now. I would like some more now. Sorry, puns. Anywho, let's go more with these questions here so we can get through them.
Okay, cool. So, 𝐿𝐷𝐴 says, is there anything in content creation that you'd say is the biggest red flag for content creation? For example, I love streaming, making videos, talking with people, but I absolutely hate doing the call to action, i.e., oh, hey, subscribe to my YouTube, follow my Twitch. Ooh, good question.
This is a good one. I don't think we've gotten this one before. This one's good. Okay, I need to reread it because I need. If you have a thought, you can go first. But
yeah. Okay. Dude, 𝐿𝐷𝐴, that's a really good question. I find myself asking this asking this question to myself actually, like as we speak. Oh, I have 𝐒𝐿𝐲, I'll get back to your question too. Sorry, I missed it. I'll scroll back up there after 𝐿𝐷𝐴's. But so okay, call to action. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know the answer to this right now. I don't have a piece of wisdom that's gonna answer this question for you right now. But I'm gonna tell you what I feel. I'm gonna tell you purely based on what I feel lately. I am not a person that likes to put people in positions of like, do this, do that, do this. And that's something I've personally struggled with being a content creator. That's actually put up a lot of negativity for me as a content creator. I don't like doing that. I don't like asking people to do things, but it's pretty necessary and it's pretty important to do if you want to grow and market your community and market your product. It's like one of the rules of marketing to like do call to actions, right? So that's a really good question, and I'm going to tell you right now, I feel very uncomfortable with it too, even though I've been doing it for so long, and I do it in my videos and such, and in my stream, but it still makes me uncomfortable. There's not a time where I've done it where I'm like, that felt good. Like, at least, unless it's for like if it's for a cause you believe in though, and something that you truly believe in, it shouldn't feel bad. But I think most of the time, if you're feeling guilt or like awkward making those call to actions, I honestly think it's linked to something deeper, like in you as a person, like maybe a way you got treated when you were younger, or like again, just feeling like you're feeling guilt, it sounds like, for like saying stuff like that, and I do too. So your question is, you know, is there anything in content you'd say like is the biggest red flag for it? So do you mean like I guess I'm not sure like exactly what that question is, but like that's my thoughts on like what you're saying, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it made sense to me. It made sense to me. I feel like to kind of take it into the context of me, like all she said was correct in that. The thing is, I can't, I mean, I'm not sure what you mean specifically by biggest red flag. So if we could have more, illumination on that, that would be better to answer it. To just add on to what she said though, I found that just being straight up like, hey guys, like this will help, like this will like help if you guys subscribe, like there's no way to not feel bad about that, because you just feel gross. You feel like, oh, like follow me, either you're like really like, either you just go for it and you're that person's like, and now hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel, follow my Twitch, follow my Twitter, and you fully embrace the Sona. Or you're like us, you're like, hey, I have a Twitch, subscribe, I have a YouTube, it's nice. I felt like because it is part of marketing, that is how it's kind of accepted as marketing. And if we could do it another way, by golly, I would do it. I think if I ever do it, right now, I just kind of say like, hey guys, if you want to see me on more platforms, these are my platforms, like I'll bring it up very occasionally.
Like casually.
I don't actually say like, hit that subscribe button and you'll see Panda do cartwheels. Like it's not like I don't make a theatric of it because it doesn't feel great, but understandable. Mr. Big says, I just want to bring this up, that he says, I always felt that if you generally like the streamer content they provide you, you're going to follow and subscribe anyways, right? But what's funny about that, Mr. Big, is that statistically, I think there is a statistic that bringing it up does equal more follows.
It does. 100%.
So if we like, that's what I'm saying. Like you would think like you don't have to, but people are kind of lemmings when it comes to like monkey see, monkey do. I'm sorry, people, we're lemmings. I just called everyone out. We're kind of a bunch of lemmings. We're a bunch of smooth brains looking for a good time. But yeah, that's what's interesting about it. But I find that question fascinating. I think what I'm going to say in caveat, and when you say biggest red flags, is that red flags are different for different people. I do not follow content when I feel like they are using others for their content, or like, being mean, or they are making stuff up and they just lie all the time. It's not even like clickbait titles. Their videos themselves are just like all over the place and lying, or only for the fads and stuff like that. Like that's what's hard though, is that even like just indie YouTubers and stuff like that, they still will be a little bit in that clickbait scene because it is good marketing. So that's what gets it. That's what I'm saying. Like red flags for different people. I'm trying to answer the red flag questions, but I don't have the context.
No, I agree with you. That's all really solid stuff. And there's some people who bring it up in a way too that I really like, where they just do it like really funny or like really dumb, but they're like making fun of it, and that's like one of my favorite things, because it's already a lot of people already, oh my god, I cannot talk, a lot of people already know that you're gonna say that. It's very much like culture on YouTube and stuff, so people already know too, so they're pretty desensitized to it. But I enjoy the people who include it in a way that makes sense and feels organic.
Yep, exactly. Next question, let's go.
Okay, so we have probably a ton stacking up here because we took 10 years on that question.
Because it was so interesting. It was a good one. It was a good one.
All right, so Ghoulie Pool asks, do either of you have advice on promoting your content or debuting? Advice.
Yes. So debuting advice right now, the culture is the three or four. I mean, there's Twitter absolutely is a way to market yourself, especially to the VTuber community. It's also kind of like, for this many likes, you can see this part of the outfit, or this many retweets and stuff. There's also just kind of doing like an intro and using the appropriate tags like hashtag VTuber and stuff to get yourself out there, and then interacting with tweets, doing kind of networking tweets as well. Networking tweets is when you post a tweet saying, I'm a new VTuber and I like to get to know you all. And then people will be like, oh, I'm this person. I introduce myself. And I mean, Twitter, I would say, is the biggest asset right now for a
Yeah.
VTuber to get ready for a debut if you're going for the more marketing side of things.
Yeah.
But that is combined with YouTube as well, and perhaps TikTok too. But debut, usually they haven't seen your whole model. So, like, usually people don't use TikTok or YouTube unless you do a trailer. So, I'm moving back. Twitter. I would say Twitter if you're
Yeah.
just starting and you want to market before you debut.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, Sapphire?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, and to just add on to it, I'll say get yourself involved in like Discord communities and like other like places where your people are at. So like depending on the content you're making. So as Panda said, Twitter's good for VTubers, Discord is great for VTubers. So like get yourself involved in communities, get to know people, and make a genuine connection with them so that they start knowing who you are, and then they're curious about you, so they click on your profile, they look at your Twitter, oh, you're VTuber. Gonna be debuting, blah 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 blah. Oh great, yo, I love this person, they're cool, they're really nice to me, I'm gonna check out their stream. So just making those genuine connections to make it feel real.
Yep, put yourself out there. I wouldn't say Twitter is from the Discord is definitely the way to make friends and be like, hey, I'm becoming a VTuber. Whereas Twitter's more of the more superficial, but it works statistically. It's a way to market. So you can see from our charts, our non-existent charts, but just advice for the future. And I hope for all of you debuting, you all have a wonderful debut.
Yes, agreed. And so next I think this is a question, let's see, from 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐻. Thoughts on a content creator doing most things themselves content creation wise, like making their own panels, overlays, custom backgrounds, managing social media, creating their own model and assets. What would be the pros and cons? So like, do you think somebody should be in charge of creating all their own stuff, yes or no? And if yes, why? If no, why?
Okay, I can take this one.
Yeah.
So I do think that people really love when they see someone who can do the jack of all trades. Like, it's just natural to be like, you made your own model, you did all of this. Like, that's amazing. And if you have skills, definitely use them at the beginning. Now, this is the second part of the question. As you grow, it will not be always feasible to do everything. In fact, it can get very overwhelming from personal experience. And so I think there's like just a two-part to that. Like, it's great to start learning all that. You don't have to, though. In fact, don't feel like you have to learn those skills to feel like, you know, a real VTuber, because you have a lovely community of artists and people you can use and interconnect with, you know, to make your stream also better. You can get editors for videos later, like all that stuff. So like, I feel like that's not even a yes or no. It's like it's both. Like, you know, or it's like there's just two parts of that. What are your thoughts, Sapphire?
Yes, yeah, that's really solid. I struggled a lot with this too, being an artist myself, because I get a little bit stubborn about it. I'm like, yo, I'm an artist. I should be creating all my own assets, and I can't hire anybody else to do anything. And that's held me back in a lot of ways, because I'm holding myself back from like it depends on your strength too. You have to ask yourself, like, what is your purpose as a content creator? If you're somebody that's like growing really quickly, it probably doesn't really make sense for you to continue doing like all your own work, because you can't keep up with it. Like, in order to scale your business, you have to start hiring people. That's like one of the biggest business rules, and a lot of parts that people get stuck on, and like why a lot of businesses fail, is because they're afraid to hire people and hire a team, and they won't scale, and then they can't handle the workload, and then they miss the opportunity because they're trying to do it themselves. And I've gone through phases too where I was like, dude, I need to stop. Like, I just need to stop working on my stuff, and I just need to hire somebody. And same thing with editing, but for me personally, it's been really hard to let go. And I think in a lot of ways that's held me back as a creator. So I think it depends on your size and your strength as a creator. Is your strength your personality and you need to let go of the art side? Is your strength being an artist and you're trying to use your content to chase art goals anyways, like working at a game studio, or like, so you got to ask yourself, like, what is that end purpose, and where is your time best utilized as you've been growing? Where can you best place that time in order to benefit you?
Exactly. I think that's the perfect answer for it. I have a question on my side. Let's go, Bamboos. Offbeat Panda Bear says, how do you do so many socials to reach out and market when you've never been that active and get overwhelmed by it? So, this is an interesting one.
Wait, I was.
If you're choosing to be a streamer or someone in the public eye, you kind of have to get comfortable with it. If I'm going to be like blunt, like,
Yeah.
now to handle being overwhelmed, just kind of tackle one thing at a time, get used to kind of seeing what the Twitter culture is or Discord, and not just do like everything at once. A debut takes time, as said. And then learning the whole process of a streamer it takes time. So it's not like you have to rush with anything, is what I'm saying. Um, but you do, I mean, it's good to learn where the community is at. And that's why we're saying like these platforms is basically the best place to market, which would be YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, all these things. So yeah. So, but it is that you have to get comfortable with it if you are going to continue, because that is hard, if you can't put yourself out there, then it's just, it kind of defeats the purpose unless, you have different goals and aspirations and you just do it purely for hobby, and you don't want to do any of that stuff. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll keep things moving along here because I'm behind a bit, so we'll...
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Monsta asks, this is actually interesting. Okay, this is a hard one I struggled with for a long time. I think we talked about it before, but Monsta said, how does one go about choosing good mods, just out of curiosity? So how do you know if somebody's mod-worthy?
Ha Sorry, I'm laughing because, usually I look for things. Consistency, that they're respectful,
huge. Yeah.
that they're over 18, because I don't have anyone underage be a mod, because I'm an adult myself, and I just feel like it just makes sense, honestly, for my situation, and that they are uplifting,
Yes.
and they want to be here. Like, I'm not dragging them along into it. And if I mean, I have wonderful mods in my community. I must say, Dino, and because Dino's here right now. Dino Hunter, great mod. But like, you naturally will like go your way and like kind of feel towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And you can also do Google form, like I did Google Forms for mods, because sometimes you want to see who's willing to actually like put that extra effort in without you just asking them to be a mod. That's something that I found really helpful. Like, create a form, let people fill it out, see like why they want to be a mod, and if they want to put that extra time out a day, chances are that they'll be there to help enforce things. And also knowing that mods are coming and going all the time. Because I thought it's like you'd get your mods and you'd be set, but I've gone through so many moderators because the channel's vision has shifted and the mods that I needed have shifted along with that vision. So knowing that there will be times where you're cycling people in and out depending on the types of, and also knowing there's different types of moderators you can have. You can have somebody who has like more of the like lay the smack down like hammer and be like, yo, you're gone, you're out. And then you have somebody who's more of like a community mod that just like really makes sure everybody's doing okay. And like they're not really like harsh on people. So there's different types of mods too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All right.
Sky says there's burnt and there's charred for marshmallows. Which do you prefer? Burnt or charred? Charred, probably. Like, I like charred. I eat the charred.
Yeah, I just like it burnt. Very burnt. Where it has that like outside shell that's like super crusty. Like, yeah.
Same.
I like charcoal. A little charcoal never hurt anyone. It's probably good for the digestion. Yeah.
Yes. Cool. All right. Animated Philosophy says, hi, Panda and Syafire. Hello. I've been getting into streaming and was wondering if you had any tips to improve audio quality. So, audio tips. Audio
feedback. There are a ton of YouTube tutorials for this. However, my biggest other advice is it doesn't have to be expensive. The headset I use is not an expensive one, and the audio is fantastic. So, what I would do though with testing is definitely, if you use OBS, you can record yourself so you can kind of hear exactly what's going to sound on stream, and then of course go to your audio specifically. You can make it so the mic doesn't peak. I never do that because I'm lazy, but like I haven't changed it for it. But yeah, you just test the audio and kind of hear back what it does. And there's a lot of settings you can put on it and filters to address like what your mic issue may be. I prefer headsets. Some people prefer the open mic, you know, on the desk. So it's up to you, but you can just test it until you. But like what I'm saying is, it doesn't take. You don't need like the expensive mic to get the quality you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And something you can just look it up like on YouTube, like filters to put on your mic too, in like your streaming software. You can follow along with some tutorials too to get like the best audio quality, even if your mic is not the best. So I'd recommend that as well. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll up because I had to reload. My chat was being like really sus. So hold on. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate, Minky. Can we both drink some water? Yo, Panda, drink some H2O.
I got a whole gallon, guys. I have the gallon. You have to hold 2 hands on it and tip it. Yep.
Fantastic. Hi, Lena. Welcome in. Elda's getting back to the red flags thing that we talked about. Well, that in particular, but yeah, I do feel awful asking people to do something. So, like, they're saying they feel awful to ask somebody to stop. So what I was wanting to know was basically what you answered, if that is something that would stop me from any further creation. Yeah, if they're disrupting the experience, that's like the best way I can put it. If they're disrupting the experience, take them out. That sounds really good. Take them out.
Take them out. Take them out. I have the shot. I have the clear shot. Would you like me to take it? Like, Dino's and my mod is like, I have the shot. Do you want me to take it? But like, no, you don't have to deal with it. Straight up. There we go. Like, red flags, toxicity. You don't have to deal with that stuff. There we go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, welcome in, Hello Kitty. Yeah, Star, what you said was true. Okay, so let me see. Content creator, we read this. Hold on, I'm just scrolling through. If you have questions on your end, feel free. I'm looking for them right now. Ooh, okay, I got another one. 𝐒𝐿𝐲𝐽 says, how important is Discord theme, and how do you come up with a theme to fit your brand and lore? Do you want me to start or you?
Yes, you start.
Okay. Theme is, for VTubers, probably one of the most important things for VTubers specifically, because your character and your world is like everything, I think, because that's what people see, especially if you're not showing your face. Like, because otherwise sometimes people's like personality and face is really their brand. But with VTubers, I think like visuals are especially important, but I also think that you shouldn't let not having good visuals stop you from starting. But also you should focus on upgrading your visuals. You don't want to go for like a year of like creating stuff and never update and like change and like make progress, right? So
yeah.
And theme is good too because it sets you apart from other VTubers. Like people, when they think of Syafire, it's like, oh, gem goddess, gem queen. When they think of Panda, they're like, oh, magical girl that travels dimensions, Panda, mint colors, black and green, right? So branding and like the aesthetic, and clovers too for PandahPat, right? So it's very important for VTubers, because especially with marketing, because like if you see, so for example, if I was just like outside or around like St. Patrick's Day, for like those who know what that is, or if you see a clover, every time I see a clover, I'm going to think of PandahPat, and that's like a really powerful thing to tie to branding. Every time you see a gem, you're probably going to think of Syafire if you're somebody in this community. So it's really important for VTubers, and so you should definitely be looking into creating a very specific experience and theme. But again, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to grow, and because I've seen people grow like really without it sometimes, but you increase your chances for sure the more figured out your theme is.
I don't have anything to add to that. I think that was a perfect answer, to be honest. Yeah. I absolutely agree. That's all.
Yeah. I found a lot of cheap audio equipment on eBay, just tossing that out there. Yo, eBay. eBay sponsorship went. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even think they do sponsorships.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, really
like I haven't heard of it. Yeah,
yeah.
Really. What? Yeah.
If you guys have any more, make sure to send them through. I believe we're caught up on questions now. Those were some really good ones.
Those are really good ones. I feel like everyone has the same. We start to hear is almost like the same concerns. But what's lovely about Syafire is she has a lot of videos to go over those as well. So if you have questions, just let her know, and she'll probably have a video for it. I think that's what is great about your what you're creating, Syafire, is you let people know, the answers to hard questions, at least of your opinion to those questions, which is great. I think lately what I find more interesting is I think something that we bring up with the boundaries, but also just like what's going to be one of the biggest hurdles and frustrations is just dealing with people, because you are dealing with a lot of different personalities, a lot. Like very varied, all, coming from all walks of life, different, feelings and stuff like that. And balancing that um can be quite tiring. So it's like something about that is it's hard. It's hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love people. Like I love hanging out with people. I love talking to them, but just like even if you worked in like customer service, after a while you're like, okay, okay, like you can get burnt out as well. And it's good just to realize that that's okay as well. And again, as we said, boundaries, and you can have time up off as too. You don't
Yeah.
have to make everything just like you don't have to feel bad to say you're burnt out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something else too that I've been thinking about lately, and this is a big reason why I came to the conclusion that I kind of prefer YouTube over Twitch, like especially like starting YouTube stuff, because I'm a very empathetic person. There's a lot of empathetic for people who don't know what that means. It means you're very like vulnerable to emotions, like you really understand emotions well. And I always explain it as like I'm an emotional sponge. When somebody says something, I like feel it for myself. I even struggle to watch TV shows and listen to certain kinds of music because of it, because I can absorb it so strongly. And
Yeah.
being a content creator, like on Twitch, or just like being live, I'm talking about live content specifically. YouTube, it happens too, but with live content, you have to realize that, and this goes back to our question of knowing if streaming is for you or for not for you. I didn't always used to be so empathetic. It's only something that really started to develop in my early 20s for me. And I realized with Twitch and live streaming is you don't really get to control what happens, like what comes into your domain. People can just come in and drop some crazy stuff on you, and you are opening and putting down all your walls for that time while you're on air. And people, you have no idea. Like I had somebody come in to stream the other day. I kid you not. Somebody came in to stream and they're like, "I hate you, Syafire. I hate all your content and I hate you." And I was like, I try not to let it get to me, but I was like, dude, I did not need to hear that right now. And granted, that's one person, and I'm not saying this as like a pity call, or if you guys say like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry that happened." I'm just saying it to make you guys aware that that's the type of behavior that you make yourself open to when you are live streaming. So that's something, going back to what the topic that Panda and I are talking about today is, do you know if live streaming is for you or not? And this kind of goes back to the question too of, should you do YouTube or Twitch? Is like, are you ready to just like put yourself out there? Like you have to, when you're live, you're turning yourself to be vulnerable to so many types of behavior. Trauma dumping. Somebody came into chat earlier today and said something just awful that you should never say in anybody's chat, and I will not repeat it here because it's terrible. And it's like,
Oof.
like why? Like, so basically what I'm saying is, if you're gonna be a content creator too, like think about the platforms you're gonna be on and why. Because with YouTube, you can have people commenting sus stuff, but at least you can tune into it at a very specific time. Like you can set yourself up for that. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be looking at YouTube contents or comments. You know, there might be like something somebody says, but it's not as direct as having to deal with it live. But yeah, that's branching off a little bit off the topic of that.
No, but it's true. It's true. I mean, people are going to bring all their emotions, expectations, everything at you. They're going to come at you from every angle, and a lot of it you will not be able to control,
Yeah.
Like, as you said. And that's tough, and that's really difficult to deal with. I think ultimately, you have to remember, guys, that I was saying this to Sapphire, you don't owe anyone anything. As a streamer, as a content creator, I would say be respectful, be kind, be good, but I'm not you. And honestly, like, we don't owe anyone anything when it comes to our communities, our streams. We build this kind of around what we would like. But people will come in with a lot of entitlement and a lot of unkindness.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have to separate that and just be like, I don't owe you anything, and I'm going to keep living my life. And it still hurts. It will still hurt regardless, guys, but it's good to get in the mindset that like anything you think wouldn't happen will probably happen. I'm going to say that when it comes to people and streaming.
That's right.
Everything you're like, that's not going to happen to me because I prepared, and then suddenly you're like, boom, and you're like, why? Like
100%.
Oh, and like it's just like one of those things that it just comes with the territory, guys. It comes with the territory. And that's exactly why we are more strict about our bans and such like that, is because after a while, as you grow, you just get tired of, you're like, okay, I'm not beholden unto you. We like to be a community, but we're not going to like give you all of your, all of us,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
that's why we start like soft, like squishy pillows where we're like, I guess I'll time them out. I don't really want to ban this person. I'm not really going to say anything. But the longer you're a content creator, you're like, dude, nope, seen this before, you're done, get out, ban hammer, gone. We cut it off instantly. Yeah. And we got more
Yeah.
questions too.
All right.
Okay, so Geekish Senpai said, question, how do you deal with people not understanding or judging what you do, such as I told my IRL friend that I'm making avatars to give away on my birthday, and he said, what is wrong with you who you give away things on their birthday? You're supposed to do the receiving. There's lots of people who give away things on their birthday. Let me say that first. Also, but I want to give back to my community while doing something special for my birthday stream using a skill I know. This kind of goes back to the topic of like toxic friends or just like people that are just unsupportive. It sounds like maybe he just didn't understand. I don't know if they were necessarily like attacking you for that. It sounds like they didn't really understand what you're doing. But for like people who are unsupportive, I have a 0 BS for that now. Like I don't have those people in my life. Like if somebody's going to cause that much turmoil and not willing to communicate, they're not in my life, period. Like, you're done. You're gone. But
yeah.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Panda?
I think that just sounds like immaturity at its finest.
Yep.
That's all.
Agreed.
And misunderstandings. Maybe they're like, you don't have to give us avatars because it's your birthday. I don't understand. Yeah, I as an outsider do not understand that full situation, but it just sounds like miscommunication plus immaturity, and some good communication could probably resolve that. But if they keep pushing, like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, be like, this is my own life, respect that. And that's the end. Yep,
Yeah. Solid. So Ghoulie asks next, Ghoulie Pool says, my whole brand is centered around alien life and being from a different place. Does PandahPat have any advice with that? Advice? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. No. Oh, hi, Totoro. So my So what's great about my lore is I'm an interdimensional traveler, so I can like move dimensions and planets. And what that does is leave a whole world of content you could do with your lore, right? Like my character's been reincarnated, or I less reincarnated more than like transformed. Think more like Doctor Who a little bit with that, but like you can really go anywhere you want with that, So if your brand is centered around alien life and being from a different planet, it really depends on what kind of alien you want to be. Will it be one specific planet? Will there be a culture there that affects how you stream? Will you stream in a certain way because of that lore? Will there be like things that pop up with you in your community because, you are an alien from a different planet? It's just stuff to think of if you're getting into a character versus just kind of having a background lore, So my advice with you is really establish like what alien life is to you and your character and such.
Yeah. Oh, I love that answer. It's so fun.
Yeah. I like lore. Lore is fun.
Too.
My lore was half made by my community, but
Yes.
it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, same here. Like the origins of Syafire actually was created by like her visual aesthetic. One day I was like, guys, we need a stream mascot, and I started drawing different versions and let chat vote. That's how Syfire's design was made. Real talk.
Pretty much. I understand that on an emotional level.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
All right. Next question.
Yes. Also, thank you, Lifehack. Appreciate the compliment. You can thank Panda. She set it up like this. He was complimenting the background setup.
Oh, thank you. This was a free asset video in the back, and then I made all the little things.
Yes.
Using Canva. Canva.com is amazing, guys. Please use it. It's easy mode Photoshop and thumbnail making. It really is. It is. Okay, Canva.com. Go there. Okay. Yeah, Canva sponsor. Where you at? Okay.
Soak asks, how do you manage your time for streaming? Do you schedule it or do you just stream whenever you want?
I do schedule, but I also sometimes leave a day open to just have my own streams. I sometimes do surprise streams because right now I'm very available, but usually I try to schedule. Yes, because I do like some order to the madness, and also consistency statistically is better for growth and getting an audience.
Yeah. Consistency is important for sure. Even if it's scattered consistency, we mean consistency, say like don't stream 1 week and then not stream for 3 weeks. But if you need to stream for 3 days 1 week and then like 2 days another week, that's fine too. But yeah, so for me, I'm pretty strict with my schedule. I do surprise streams every once in a while too, but even when I do surprise streams, it kind of I feel uncomfortable myself sometimes, because then people are like confused and it's like kind of annoying. I feel like I always have to explain myself. They're like, "Oh my god, you're live." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I can go live. Like, that's the thing I can do." So then so you don't win like either way, because if you don't have a schedule, people are going to be like, "Bro, do you have a schedule?" But if you do have a schedule, then they're going to be like, "Yo, surprise stream, what's going on?" So no matter what you do, this is a rule of content too. No matter what choice you make, just expect people to say something about it, good or bad.
No one is happy in the end.
That's true. It's true. But I stick by a schedule, and I stuck by it pretty religiously for a year. Like this last year, I think only took a max like of 2 days off the last year, not like into this year, but like last year, I only took 1 or 2 days off of streaming. I streamed according to all my days, and even a lot of bonus days. And yeah, so I'd say find something that works for you too, though. Don't stretch yourself too thin or like do something that's going to make you unhappy. Again, if it's making you unhappy, it needs to change.
Exactly. And thank you again for all these questions, guys. We love them. So anime philosophy, everyone who just gave them are good. Do we have next question?
Yeah, we do. Also, Monsta, I agree with you about trauma dumping, but we'll skip over that for now. But yes, Monsta. My meme making account says, how's experience growing and promoting stuff on TikTok been? I've heard it's pretty fast to grow on the platform itself, but how does that translate to YouTube and Twitch numbers? That's a good one. I can start if you want me to.
Yeah, go first. Yeah,
okay.
You can. Yeah.
No worries. So promoting stuff on TikTok, I think it depends again on what your goal is. If you're trying to build a longer, sustainable, long-term business as like a educator, I think that TikTok isn't necessarily the best place to be. I would argue YouTube. So it depends on what your content is going to be. My meme making account, there's a lot of people who are successful on TikTok that do like merch, like they sell stickers or like plushies or like t-shirts. There's a lot of people who do really good on TikTok but don't see the conversion rates from TikTok over to Twitch. I had one friend that I know that he actually got me started on TikTok because he started on TikTok and he grew to 1K on Twitch in like 1 month, and it took me like 4 years to grow to 1K on Twitch. So I was like, bro, excuse me? And I thought like TikTok was the secret formula for a while. But it really depends on you. You need to know your purpose and your end goal. And if you're thinking about trying it, just go ahead and try it and like see what happens with it, because it might be a platform for you. And through doing some stuff, you might be like, this is really not vibing with like the types of content I want to make. So it's different for everybody. Some people do really well on TikTok just because of their personality and like the way, and you can call it luck too. I think it's a combo of a lot of things, and then some people just don't do as well on TikTok. You never really know. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah. Just yes. That is my answer too. It doesn't always necessarily translate, but marketing is marketing, and more eyes on you is more eyes on you. So it really just depends. And I would say if you want to give it a try, give it the old try. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's about increasing your chances as much as possible. And I'm gonna be honest with you, 90% of people who have like gotten really successful, they might try to like spin some tale about how they knew exactly what they were doing. But I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like 90% of people it just happens to. And I'm not saying that it's all luck. I think luck is a factor, but I think that there's a lot of ways to increase luck, right? To make your luck go up. And I think that good content always will. If you keep creating good content, it's going to get noticed eventually by somebody. But you have to keep putting out that good content, right? So you got to look at too, like the quality of your content as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hi, Panda Rice Bowl. Yeah, my brother's in here.
Panda, good to see you.
Panda Rice Bro, let's go. Hello. So there's nothing more to add to that. Like, the thing is that again, we give you advice on tips of what we're learning, but the game changes constantly.
Always.
And those who win the game are innovators and risk takers. That's probably the most solid advice. The people who win at this game, that is also a large percent. Maybe not as much luck as you. I feel like there is luck, as you said. I agree with you, but they're hardworking and they can see trends before they happen as well. They're very good at understanding kind of like what's going to happen next. And
Yes.
also they just have that skill set, but you can learn a lot of it too. Like that's why there's no absolutes. There's no
No
absolutes. But
absolutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't take risk, you get no reward.
Right.
And if you don't innovate, you don't bring anything new to the table. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yep, yep.
And that's like a little bit of how it happened for me too. Like when I started VTubing was just becoming noticed in the Western side of things. Like it was known in Japan, but it just started like it was so new and there's like no information out on it. And I'm just like, dude, I love this and I can see how this is gonna blow up because I was majoring in graphic design at the time. Or at least had some graphic design background, and with my understanding of marketing and branding and characters representing brands, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this is genius. This is so cool. This is it. This is epic. This is going to be something huge. And that just came with my knowledge and my willing to be intuitive and see that something was going to work well
Yeah.
before it even was proven.
Yep, yep, yep. I kind of with me, I already saw this coming on the rise and
Yeah.
I tried to get my friends into it, but they were just like, well, maybe later or we don't know much about it. And so
Yeah.
I got into like pretty early on and it's been great because I've got to grow with kind of the technology too, which has been fun.
Yes. That's
But it's
cool.
because I took that risk. I didn't wait for people. I was like, okay, I didn't wait for my friends. I didn't wait for anyone. I just threw myself in. Kind of fell
Same.
into it too. Oh, we have a question on my side. Let's go, Bambaroos.
Yeah.
Um, for people who don't want to be streamers, what can they do to help support outside of simply viewing content? That's a great question, actually. Obviously, there's the ways to support financially, which is subs, donations, biddies, of course. But like to do a better answer to that, being active, being there, being active, I think is is different. So just simply viewing content is great, but being active in the community, getting to know people, connecting with your streamer, that's a huge help and also a way to support us.
Yeah.
Because we have someone to talk to, someone to grow with us, someone that we can get to know. Um, and that's always nice. There's my answer for that.
Yeah.
What-
So they were saying like how they can support a streamer outside of live streams.
Well, like outside of simply just watching a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like buying their products and their merch helps a lot too. Because if you wear like a shirt with like their design or something, and then you're out at like a Walmart and somebody's like, "Yo, cool shirt," you're like, "Oh yeah, it's the streamer I watch." So it can help
hmm
like a lot with word of mouth too. And like there's people
hmm
too who are really good at just like sharing. Like I think a lot of the way that I grew actually was like a lot of people like, "Oh yeah, I recommended your videos to a friend," or "Yeah, I recommended this server to somebody." And like so word of mouth, for those who don't know, word of mouth is like one of the best forms of advertisement that exists. So just talking about the person and the people that you appreciate and that inspire you is really
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I like that. That's a good answer. All
Yeah.
right. So we hit our hour mark, so we'll finish up these questions and get this going. If we have any
Awesome.
more questions.
I do have one, yeah. Yep,
Okay.
so guys, this is going to be our last question here, and then we'll sort of wrap things up. So 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐵 says, saying marketing, there comes actually a question to mind. Besides posting regularly on your social media of choice and doing some research for your field, what would you say are other important steps to take when it comes to marketing yourself in that big world out there? So other than posting regularly and doing research in your field for marketing,
What would
um,
you say? This is okay. Yeah. Take it first. I'm
sure.
rereading.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Um, there's a lot of ways. Again, it depends on what your content is. It's always like pretty situational. Because one way, I haven't done it really yet, but one way, oh yeah, okay, so this is a good way. Although COVID makes kind of ruins it right now, but like going to conventions too is another really important step for marketing, because then you can physically be in the room with people and talk to them, which is a lot different than just watching somebody's YouTube video or like watching their stream or like seeing a post on Twitter.
Mhm.
If you can like make real connections with people, that's like the best thing you can do. So go to
Yeah.
conventions and network with people by like talking to them. And I know some people don't like the term networking. I think that's dumb. I like the term networking.
No,
Yeah, dude, I'm
networking is fine.
networking. Like I'm talking to this person, but you're also trying to make a connection. It's not like you're just using them. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, yeah, you're
Yeah.
somebody in my field that I connect with and want to learn more about and like possibly be able to work with you. Um, so yeah, if you can go to conventions, and then even I thought about this, like you can go crazy. You can go crazy. Like, this is what they say when they say hard work. You really got to think outside of the box. There's times where I've thought about, like, putting posters up of my live stream and, like, my YouTube channel, like, in public places on, like, bulletin boards, like, at the local Starbucks. Or, like, putting your business cards and, like, there's this coffee shop where people just put their business cards that you can take. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm just going to print out some of my business cards and I'm going to, like, go actually post stuff and put things. And I even thought about doing, like, some stickers in a little pocket and put it up on a board so people can get a sticker and also have that sticker with my username on it. So then people can look me up. So you really got to think outside the box. You can really push it.
Yep, exactly. I think there's just things you can think of to really like get yourself out there that might not be the norm. And oh, my brother Nate is rating right now. Hello,
Oh,
brother.
thanks, Nate.
Getting to the end of this. I'm here with Syafire, extraordinaire content creator, tutorials.
Aw.
Well, I mean, how again would you summarize your content? It's like everything, jack of all trades, really.
I feel like it's still, people largely know me as a tutorial like person, but just like helping you, I always categorize it as helping you become a better creator, whether it's like philosophical or whether it's the mental side of things or the like the technical software things. It's like a little bit of both, like depending on what the person needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. But I just want to introduce you guys. Thank you guys for those follows. Thank you, brother. I hope you had a wonderful stream. He like streamed for 7 hours, which is crazy. I mean, it's not crazy on Twitch. People are doing like these 3-day streams, and I'm like, good lord, like how do you do this? Your stamina, guys. That's thinking outside the box, kids. Did you guys know that there's a just sleeping category? Okay, listen to me here.
Believe it,
listen to me.
Would you do
There's
it?
a just sleeping. I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, with your VTuber, oh, my neck just broke. With your VTuber,
oh gosh,
you can just like close your eyes though. Like they don't actually have to see. You can just like.
Oh yeah, true. I actually have a sleeping animation too, so it could actually work out very well.
Put it on loop.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, I just want to say quickly, thank you, Bean, and thank you everyone who just followed me. I really appreciate you. This is more like a podcast style as well. That's why we haven't been talking to chat consistently because we're just answering questions. So that's how we do. But yeah, like the just sleeping thing, there's just things that like I'm like, I think let's take it like this. The sky's the limit when it comes to what you can stream, kids. The sky's the limit. So like really, instead of copying paths, you should really be thinking what you offer that could be different.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yep. There's a just sleeping thing on Twitch. Why? Who would want to watch a person sleep live? That's how it is.
A lot of people who do that.
They want to feel comforted. They want to feel other strange things, or they want to torture the streamer. Yeah, there's lots of reasons. Why does anyone do anything? You know, like, but apparently people are really successful at it. So thumbs for them. Thumbs for them. I don't think I could ever do it just because I like would be self-conscious, really. So you know how it be.
I wouldn't sleep. I literally would not sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Mr. Big, you watch people sleep all the time? Okay, that's great. That's good to know. Have a nice day. No, just kidding, Big. All right. Oh, and thank you guys for the follow. If you're not following Syafire, please follow Syafire. Just amazing friend, wonderful person. Her content has helped so many people on their journey, and I just feel like I can never say enough good things because in all genuineness, just you've done a lot, I think, for the VTuber community, and it shows. It shows.
Thank you. Know you with all your love and support and good energy.
I'm just support bear. I'm just a support bear. I'm here to just hang out and eat the mushies with you. The marshies. Let's go. We should double raid someone. Do you have someone you'd like us to attack?
Let's take a look. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us here on the Campfire Creator Podcast. Again, go check out Panda. I just sent her link in chat if you're not following her already. Super duper wonderful person, very supportive, very open, very honest, very just a great person to be around. Good energy. So.
Aww.
Yes. Let me check.
Plot twist. Never mind.
Oh.
I want to say plot twist.
I was looking forward to the plot twist. You can't
just
do me like that.
Do you know JoJo?
JoJo who?
JoJo the anime. At all.
What, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah.
Not really, but go ahead.
Okay, so brother Nate here loves it, and I only really know the meme. It wasn't me, or like it was me, Dio, the whole time. So my mind naturally went to that meme, and I was about to do it, but then I was like, do you even know? I don't know. Guys, it's such a meme.
Oh,
Please watch JoJo, apparently, because they have some great memes from it. I don't even know all about Dio. I just know the meme. It was just like one of those moments. That's all. That's all that happened.
yeah, do it.
And I was just gonna bring it up. I'm a total weeb, guys. Just like totally. I'm a total nerd.
Nerd
Oh my
energy.
gosh. Wait, what is your favorite anime, Sapphire? Before we go raid someone, what is
Yes.
your favorite anime?
Tokyo Ghoul. How about you?
Ooh, I have a lot. It's a toss up between Helsing OVA and
Really?
Oran Host
Helsing?
Club.
Oh, Orin?
Yep, Helsing or Oran
Really?
Host Club. The two most opposite animes you could have there. So, yup. I
Okay.
like both of them. Yeah, yeah, Uh I don't know why. I couldn't even give you all the reasons why, but I really loved Oran Host Club. Really did.
It's very it's a very particular mood for sure.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was younger. I wasn't a huge fan. I liked Oren, I think at the time, but then like at the end, I think I didn't really like the ending, and I was like, man, that was kind of a letdown. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember
It's
like
because it's
not.
unfinished, like
Yeah.
most anime. It's unfinished. That's probably the biggest thing too, but it's okay. We all animes are great animes. Everyone's going Dio in my thing. Oh my gosh.
Dio.
You had some JoJo fans in there. I see you. I see you. I see you. Disappointed mother. No worries, guys. Again, I'm usually stream later. But uh my surprise streams throws everyone off Sapphire. They're like, oh,
They're
hello.
like, wait.
They're like, wait, what is this? But I did put it on the schedule like a good person. So, all right. So, do you have a person?
Yeah.
Chiredu.
Yeah. We can raid Kisaki Toriyama. You probably know her. She's half blue hair, half pink hair cat girl. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do.
I think I have her followed. Could you send me the name just in case?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Give me her name.
DM
Yeah,
you.
hit me with the DMs. We'll get her. We'll get her.
Hold on.
Once you know one VTuber, you start to know everyone. Like that's how it go, right? But thank you,
Absolutely.
Gembaroos. Thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. It was shorter
Yes.
today because sometimes it just needs to be, just depending on energy or just like we could talk for longer. Sapphire, like really, if we didn't limit ourselves, I feel like we could talk for probably too long.
5 hour streams.
Actually,
Let's go.
5 hour streams. Let's go. But like today was like we're gonna keep it a little lighter today.
That's
You guys
sweet.
can use the rating if you have the emotes or you don't, but we're gonna raid Kisaki Toriyama. Thank you so much, Sapphire, for
Yeah.
just chilling with me, talking about the journey, and thank you guys
Same to
for having
you.
me here.
Same to you. Alright, goodbye, friends.
Goodbye. Let's go raid Kisaki Toriyama. Let's go.
Yeah.